Hey guys, so I thought I would do an update video on my tattoos, considering I haven't, and yes, I'm actually sitting on the floor, but it makes it easier because I have to stand up for my legs. I haven't done one in a while, and I've gotten quite a few more. And instead of having them in separate videos, I was just going to put them all together. So I'm going to tell you how old I was when I got them, why I chose them, yeah, basically. Because all of my tattoos have meanings or reasons. I don't get tattoos just because. So yeah, very first one was on my ankle. Very stereotypical of first tattoo. Ignore my pants. So, of course, this is probably going to be backwards, but this says Ramsey, and this says Essie Marie, and their paw prints with a halo. Ramsey was my very first cat, and she passed away very unexpectedly while I was on vacation. Essie Marie is my cat I have now, and she's actually right here. She's always in my room. I know, come here. Ugh, this is Essie Marie, and she's my angel, so she's with me always. I love her very much. And if you've seen some of my other videos, she's always there. She's usually all up in my face. Second one is my treble clef. Oh, I got this a week after I turned 18. Got this when I was 18. This I just got because I've played flute and piccolo for... I'm 21 now. I started when I was 9, so that long. And I play flute, piccolo, piano. I even played trombone for a while, so that's for that. Third one was on this ankle, right here. And not sure if it's correct because, of course, you know, it probably isn't, but I was told it means to play music. Again, kind of going off of the music thing. Fourth one is on my hip. Right here. And this is, Essie's loving on the computer. This says Aaron and Lindsay, and it has a four-leaf clover. Me and my sister got them. They're matching. Mine says Aaron and Lindsay. Hers says Aaron and Sarah. Aaron is our brother. So we got those together. Hers is on her ankle. Mine's on my hip. All of those I got when I was 18. Then I stopped for a long time, and I didn't get a tattoo for a while. And when I say a while, I mean a few months, which for me is a long time. Number 5 is my big one, my phoenix. The phoenix is for, or the ribbon I should say, is the ribbon for borderline personality disorder, which is a disorder that I was diagnosed with when I was 19. The phoenix, the mythological story behind the phoenix is that it dies and is reborn from the ashes, so it has to go through all these trials in order to come out of the end of the tunnel, I guess you could say. When he was doing this took about 4.5 hours. He actually made the eye blue to match my eyes, because I have blue eyes. I got that maybe 3 or 4 months after I turned 19. That was number 5. What was number 6? I do not know. I think it was my Marilyn. My Marilyn right here. Which is just kind of very abstract of her face and her signature. I love Marilyn Monroe. It is rumored and assumed that she had borderline personality, which is why she was the way she is. And I have, you know, I have movies galore of her. I have biography books of her. I have magazines. My entire room is, you know, Marilyn. So, I don't idolize her, and it irritates me when people say, why do I idolize Marilyn? She was a drug addict. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that she had all these mental problems. She came from a very crappy family, a very crappy childhood, and she's still 50 years after her death, over 50 years after her death, she's one of the most loved Hollywood icons ever. And it just baffles my mind how she could still rise to the top with all she was dealing with. So that was number 5. Number 6 is my Hunger Games. Okay, so I have to explain this. I got this tattoo a year and a half before the movie came out. So I just want to be clear on that. I'm not one of those people that saw the movie and then had to run out and get a tattoo. No. I got this after I read the books. After I finished all the books, I should say. And it is by far my most detailed. I mean, this is pretty detailed, but it doesn't have much shading in it. This one, on the other hand, is it's my favorite in just its aesthetics and the way it looks. So let me see if I can. See, come here. Get up there. So it says, radiant as the sun, which is a quote from the book, from the first book. Katniss Everdeen says, I'm not radiant, I'm not beautiful, or I'm not pretty, I'm not beautiful, I'm as radiant as the sun. Hunger Games for me, I'm very symbolic, that's not the word. I can tend to associate a lot of things with things that they normally wouldn't be associated with. So when I symbolize with the Hunger Games, the Mockingjay, there's a quote in the book that I like that says, the Mockingjay is a creature the capital never intended to exist. And I just symbolize Katniss as power, and she's a hero, but she doesn't want to be a hero. She didn't set out to be a hero. She was thrown into that situation, and she has to cope and deal with whatever life throws her way, and this needs to go away. So yeah, that's number 7. Number 8 is my Hakuna Matata, my Lion King. This I got strictly because it means no worries, of course. Also, it's Disney. The Lion King is one of my favorite movies. I used to watch The Lion King with my grandma all the time when I was little. She loved The Lion King because the story is derived from a lot of things, like not Shakespeare, but Hamlet and blah, 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 stuff like that. But it is also derived from the story of Moses in the Bible, and my grandma was a very religious church person, and so she really loved it. The story of Moses, of course, that he wasn't born into the royal family, but he got accepted into it, and was exiled, like Simba, was running, and then he had to come back to save his people. And the way I see that is, in the Bible, the burning bush is what sent him back. And in The Lion King, it was Mufasa's ghost sent him back, and the slaves he needed to save were the lionesses from Scar. So, basically that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is my Once Upon a Time with the apple. And I thought this was funny because it kind of looks like a face. Eyes and a mouth. I did not get that for the show. I've had so many. I put this up on Facebook and they were like, someone's excited for the show. No, I did not get it for the show. I got it because it's fairy tale. And it's how... There's a quote I read by someone who said, once upon a time, for that is how all stories should start. Basically symbolizes my inner child, and, you know, true love is still real, and good conquers evil, you know, all that stuff. And this has kind of been turned into my fairy tale arm. I'm planning on continue to get it done. I really want a Beauty and the Beast tattoo because that is my all-time favorite Disney movie with Belle. 10 is my quote. And it says, her life was cold and dark, yet she was unafraid. And that is from the West End production of Les Miserables. They did not put that quote in the movie, which I was really disappointed about, but whatever. Basically, this is about Eponine. And if you don't know who Eponine is a girl who, she's in love with, a boy that does not love her back. To him, she's just a really good friend, and he ends up falling in love with another girl, and, basically what Eponine does is sacrifices herself. She sees that he's about to get shot, and she jumps in front of him and grabs the gun, and it shoots her, because basically meaning that, you know, if I can't love you, or if you won't love me, I'm not going to deprive that other girl that you do love of you, because I know I wouldn't be able to live without you. So she took the bullet herself, and saying, you know, basically better to let him live than her, and knowing that he would never love her. And in the book, it's kind of weird because she's not the good. Eponine isn't the good, innocent, sweet girl she's portrayed as in the show. She actually sent Marius to the barricade to die because she wanted them both to die together. Kind of in a, if I can't have you, no one can. But after Eponine dies, the barricade boys basically sing, she is the first to fall, the first of us to fall upon this barricade. Her name was Eponine, her life was cold and dark, yet she was unafraid. She will not die in vain, she will not be betrayed. We fight here in her name. So basically it's for that strength. She came from a very crappy life on the streets, very abusive home, and she still believed in love and all that. And finally, number 11 is my Vader with the 1-3. I got this on a whim, kind of. It was Friday the 13th, September, Friday the 13th. And the tattoo shop I go to was doing flash tattoos, which is where all the artists draw up like 2 or 3 tattoos that are small, and they're all $13, and they all have something to do with 13. I chose this because they were doing something where the Star Wars Vader, the $13 that you spent on that went to a children's hospital. So I got that. Plus, I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I grew up on 1, 2, and 3, of course, because I'm a 90s kid. So I do like those, but of course my favorite are the original trilogy. I love Carrie Fisher. I love Carrie Fisher. And I'm really, really dreading these new ones. But anyways, out of my control. So those are my 11 tattoos. I am planning on more. Off the top of my head, I want a Phantom of the Opera tattoo. I want my dog's paw print. I want Rent and Wicked. I want all of these tattoos of things that mean something to me. But running out of room here. And they're expensive. My most expensive one was this one. This was $450 because the shop I went to charged by the hour. And it took them 4.5 hours. I will not go back to that shop. They were great, just I can't do by the hour. That's about it. Yeah. There are parts of my body that I will not get tattooed, which include my feet, my ribs, my hands, my neck, and my chest. I will not get those tattooed. I won't. I just don't. And another reason I don't have any on my back is when I first started getting tattoos, I didn't want them to be covered up. I wanted to get them and put them in places where they can be seen, which is usually the opposite of what people do. But I don't care. I love my tattoos. I went to the mall today. I got about 5 compliments from my Hunger Games to my Lion King. So, whatever. So those are my tattoos. I would love to see y'all's. I will update when I do get more. I am planning on more. I just gotta get some money. Let me know if you like any of them. Thank you for watching.